Today some ratings came out, and I'm fired up about it. So I know the Madden ratings only go up to 99, but if there was ever a player in the sport who should be a 100 overall, it's Derrick Lamar Henry Jr. All right, the Madden ratings for running backs came out today, and guess what, guys? Derrick Henry wasn't the top-ranked running back in the sport. It was Christian McCaffrey. All right, it'd be okay if they were tied for the top spot. I'd be okay with that. But Derrick wasn't even a member of the coveted 99 club, nor was he a member of the 98 club or the 97 club. Derrick Henry in Madden 22 is a 96 rating, a 96. EA Sports, it's in the game. More like it's insane. Is complaining about Madden ratings dumb? You betcha. Does it mean a damn thing? Not at all. But with Korked Bats being the number one Derrick Henry fan site on the internet, I have to stick up for my guy. Derrick Henry is as close to a creative player as we have in the NFL today. You know how back in the day you'd create a player, you'd probably make him like 7 feet tall, like 390 pounds. Probably make him like a white dude with dreadlocks just because you've never seen it before. And then he'd go out and he'd put up video game numbers, average like 250 yards per game with defenders just bouncing off of him. That's funny. That sounds familiar. Probably because Derrick Henry is that creative player, except it was God on the sticks when he was created. Like, I want to know where in his game isn't maxed out to give him a 99 overall? Like, what areas is he suffering in? What his speed? Because Derrick Henry clocked the 4th fastest speed in the sport last season, not of just running backs, of all position players. Only Raheem Mostert and a Chargers cornerback topped him last season. It was that 94-yard run against the Texans last year. He topped out over 21 miles per hour. My man was speeding in a school zone. All right. The 4th fastest speed in football behind only 2 other guys. Think about that for a second. The guys in the sport who were faster than him last year, not Tyreek Hill, not Lamar Jackson, and certainly not Ed McCaffrey's son. But Derrick Lamar Henry Jr. was faster than them all. That may sound impossible, but I assure you it's not. All right. What about strength? Derrick Henry is more built than a rhinoceros. Christian McCaffrey looks like a summer camp counselor compared to Derrick. All right. While he's making sure cabin 12 is going to sleep, Derrick Henry is putting NFL defenders to sleep. All right. I don't think we need Derrick to drop another Cirque du Soleil workout tape to prove he's the strongest back in the sport. What about vision or awareness? Right. I mean, can't be, right? Like, have you ever seen a photo of this dude running the rock? His eyes are wider than the literal eyeballs emoji. He's like that dude from Ripley's Believe It or Not who can pop his eyeballs out of the socket only on a football field. All right. And we know it's not stiff arm. We know he's lacking in the stiff arm category. That thing might be rated higher than Paddington 2 on IMDb. All right. But this shouldn't be a shock for any of us. What's the biggest knock on the Madden franchise? That they don't change it up from year to year. It's the same game with a new fresh coat of paint every season. Madden is the MTV Pimp My Ride of video games. Do you guys remember Pimp My Ride?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't, right? Exhibit and his crew would take someone's janky car, spruce it up, and then just give it back to them. They'd be like, we heard you like to eat seafood, so we put a whole aquarium in your trunk. Or like, we know you like doing laundry, so we put an entire dry cleaner in the back of your Mazda. Or like, remember you telling us about your pet hamster, Mr. Cuddles? Yeah, well, we put a giant hamster cage in your back seat. Like, I literally saw an episode where they said, we're going to put a sink in this car. And Exhibit's like, why would you put a sink in a car? And the guy's like, because it's never been done before. But the problem with that show is they'd add flat screens, Xboxes, sinks, flaming dragon murals to your car, but they'd never touch the engine. All right. So this car could suck, but when they were done, at least it sucked with a cappuccino machine inside of it. That's where Madden's at. All right. They'll add a hot tub, maybe a blender, maybe some racing stripes, but under the hood, it's still the same damn game. And this Derrick Henry rating is only proof of that. A 96 rating, much like their gameplay. Clearly they haven't changed Derrick's rating in years either. Pretty sure Derrick Henry was a 96 when he was backing up DeMarco Murray. Derrick Henry was a 96 when he was splitting carries with Dion Lewis. Last time Derrick Henry was as low as a 96 in the NFL, he was in NCAA, which was still a game back then. You could give Derrick Henry COVID and he'd still be higher than a 96. He's one of 8 guys to ever rush for 2,000 yards in a season. Yeah, but sure, 96 seems adequate. These video game dweebs don't have to face the music. They give these guys ratings without ever leaving their cubicles. I'd love them to tell Derrick Henry to his face that he's only a 96 rating. They'd be stiff-armed into their work lockers so fast. So Madden, maybe go back to your workshops, go back to the Madden factory and pimp my running back. All right. Give him a damn 100 rating. Why? Because it's never been done before.